Ugh, letting go. Letting go. Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard as human beings to let go of things? Like, this is something that has been on my mind a lot, especially over the last few years of my own spiritual awakening journey. So much about the process of growing, of maturing, of becoming more spiritually aware. So much about this journey of human evolution requires an incredible amount of shedding, an incredible amount of letting go of everything that no longer serves you at every stage of your growth. I know, you guys. I know how hard letting go can be, and I guess I just want to show up here today to share a little bit about my experience with letting go. As I've been on my own spiritual awakening journey, I would say at least the last 7 years or so. Um, and I just want to, I also want to encourage you to keep going. I want to let you know, like, we're all in this together. Letting go is something that every single human being experiences. And as much as I've experienced it, I've moved. I don't even know. I stopped counting, but I would say in the last decade, I've moved at least 20 times. 20 times over the last 10 years, probably more. Probably more. I've been a digital nomad, or just a nomad. I have been a global wanderer for the last 15 years of my life, and with every single move, with every single change of environment, I used to think it was going to get easier. I used to think it was going to get easier because I've been through the process. I understand what happens, I'll get better at changing. But to be honest with you, I don't think it gets emotionally easier. But I do think that understanding sort of these stages of letting go has really, it's just helped me understand like the waves of emotions that I go through every time I know a change is approaching. And so in my experience, it's I would say it's really a grieving process, every time you are elevating in your spiritual evolution, in your journey as a human being on your path to becoming your highest, truest, best self. Like, if you are someone like me who's committed to this path of growth, then something that you probably value is becoming the best you can possibly be. And if this were easy, everybody would be doing it. Right? Every single human being, the billions of us on this planet, would be on this path. But it's incredibly challenging to become the absolute best version of you, because yes, it requires an incredible amount of shedding and letting go, and with that comes a lot of grief, because every time the universe is requiring you to let go of something in order to grow, it means you have to let go of the version of yourself that you were committed to being at that stage of your journey. In my example right now, I'm currently living on this beautiful farm outside of Madrid in Spain. I've been here for about 2 months now. And I'm so glad that I came here, because before I came here, what my intuition was telling me I needed the most was space. I needed space. I needed nature. I needed to get out of the city I was in before. I needed to get away from the hustle and bustle, because everything about that city lifestyle at the time that I was there, it just felt it just felt wrong on some level. Like, nothing was clicking, nothing was flowing. Every everything I tried to do and everybody I interacted with in that lifestyle, everything felt fine, you know? Everything felt fine, but nothing felt like it was flowing. Nothing felt exciting. Like there was nothing pulling me towards anything while I experienced that lifestyle in that chapter. And I realized that everything I thought I enjoyed, everything I thought I needed in my lifestyle, maybe that worked for me, let's say in my early 20s, going out to bars and partying and being super social and always doing something new, and just like endless entertainment and exploring and wandering. Or like being in the student life, university life. That was a lot about the lifestyle in the city where I was at. But nothing was clicking for me anymore. I kind of felt like I was this, I was sort of like a ghost. I felt like I was a ghost in a lifestyle that used to be so vibrant and so familiar and exciting to me. And suddenly I was a ghost. I was like a glitch in this lifestyle. And I just got the strongest feeling that I needed to let that go. I got the strongest feeling that the more I tried to force myself to enjoy that lifestyle, the more I tried to even understand why it wasn't feeling good anymore, why things weren't flowing anymore, why every single day, every single place, everything I tried just fell flat. The more I realized that some things don't really require an explanation. Some things require paying attention to the feeling of what you're experiencing in that moment, in those habits, in that lifestyle, in that environment. Paying more attention to the actual bodily sensations, the feelings, the emotions that you go through, and recognizing that there's friction no matter what you try. That was my experience before I came to this farm in Madrid. And I realized, I couldn't ignore that inner friction anymore. That was a really big indicator that the environment, the lifestyle, the habits, the activities, even the types of people I was attracting or interacting with, they just weren't aligned. And that's okay. And I think it's a really valuable experience also to go through this feeling of misalignment, because it creates this inner tension. It creates an inner friction where deep down something's off. My heart isn't in this. Nothing's flowing. Nothing's clicking. Nothing excites me. I'm bored. I'm restless. I'm frustrated. Nothing feels right. That's how my experience has been whenever I'm just misaligned. I'm a bit misaligned. I'm a bit off the path towards my highest self. And when I really feel those sensations and that starts to click and I stop resisting it, I think that's key. I had to learn to stop resisting the friction, because the friction is the messenger. The friction was the universe telling me, hey, no matter what you try here, no matter what you do in this environment, along this path, it's never going to 100% feel right, because you have outgrown the version of yourself who once enjoyed all these things. You've outgrown that version of you. And the longer you continue to stay on a path you've already outgrown, the more inner friction you will feel and the more chaos you will actually create in your own environment. Because the longer you hold on to misalignment and that inner friction, the more chaotic your outside life becomes. And all of that chaos it gets created when your inner GPS knows you're not on the right path. The chaos gets created in your external environment to wake you up through the discomfort of experiencing chaos. Chaos is designed to wake you up to what's actually correct for you. What's correct for you will flow. What's correct for you will click. What's correct for you will light you up. It will just make you feel alive. It will bring you joy. It will actually feel fun. It will feel fun and flowy and juicy and magical and like, oh my God, yes! Like, this is what I came here for. Well, I don't know what that version of me was doing, but that's not for me anymore, you know? And so these are all the things I have gone through on my spiritual awakening journey. Every time the universe is trying to tell me, hey, congratulations, like you're graduating from this level of your path. You're graduating from this stage of your path. Congratulations. Now it's up to you to accept it. Now it's up to you to accept that you've graduated. You're ready to level up. And to level up, you have to let go of the path, environment, certain people, circumstances, habits, mindsets. You must let go of them in order to level up to the next stage, because as long as you hold on to all of those things that contribute to inner tension, roles that you're playing in your life that are no longer serving, roles that are actually creating imbalance in the way you interact with people, roles that put you in a state of overgiving, overdoing, over promising, over anything, over or under anything. Actions that are too much, too little, actions that are draining you, mindsets that are draining you, mindsets that keep you feeling in a lower state of being, you know, like fear, anxiety, depression, stagnancy, feeling stuck, feeling confused. All of these are indicators that you are holding on to inner tension. All of these are great indicators that there are things that are meant to be let go of, because they're blocking you from a path that will actually light you up. And I know it's so hard. I know it's so hard to admit these things to ourselves because we're creatures of habit. That's just how human beings are. We are such creatures of habit and comfort and familiarity. And that's okay. You know, I think recognizing that that's how we're designed, and that one of the challenges of being a human and growing into our most expansive selves, it means we also have to challenge ourselves to be honest. We have to challenge ourselves to be honest with ourselves more than anybody else, and admit when something just isn't working anymore. We have to recognize the signs that whatever you've been holding on to that feels comfortable and familiar but constricting, whatever feels like you've trapped yourself a little bit too deep in the comfort zone, and it's actually preventing you from trying new things that could be so incredibly alive and electric and exciting for you. Whenever you start to realize that you've sort of fallen into that fear and that resistance, congratulations, because just the awareness of that alone is the first step, that you are desiring to expand beyond the comfort zone. And that's really exciting. And in order to expand beyond your current comfort zone, to live a more juicy, enriching, fulfilling, freedom-filled life, I really want to encourage you to get super honest with yourself about what are the roles I've been playing in my life that are actually keeping me stuck, stagnant, low energy, drained, feeling like something's off, feeling like, I'm not getting reciprocity. I don't feel as valued as I would like to feel. I'm not getting as recognized as I would like to be, for the role that I'm playing in relationships and work and family, whatever it may be. And what's the new narrative that you want to create for yourself? What's the new role that you want to be playing in this life that's actually going to feel more alive, more empowering, more fulfilling, more confident, more balanced as you move forward and expand inch by inch outside of your current comfort zone? Because that's what it's all about. And unfortunately, there's just no way to evolve into our highest selves if we choose to cling to all the patterns, all the behaviors, all the mindsets, all the connections, and all the roles that we continue to play in this life simply because it's familiar. Because once you reach that limit where familiarity turns into stagnancy, that's really when the universe is asking you to get real with yourself and ask yourself, how bad do I want it? How bad do I want to expand beyond the limits of what I think is possible for myself? How much do I want to find out, like, what's beyond that limit? What more? What else is out there for me? Who could I actually be if I truly went all in and let go of everything that was blocking me from getting there? Who would I become? Because I'm telling you right now, you would become a superstar. You would. You would become an absolute superstar if you decided to let go of everything that's blocking you from reaching your highest potential. And these are all the things I tell myself on my path to expansion. I'm like, girl, look at yourself in the mirror. Who would you be if you let go of all that crap? Who would you be? And then I see it. I'm like, dang, I would be a star. And do you know how good that feels? To look in the mirror and actually see that in your own eyes, in your own energy, in your own aura. Because if you're still listening to this video, you have that in you. You have that in you. So, my beautiful friend, thanks for listening. Thanks for listening. If you would like to follow the journey, I would love if you would like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment if this resonated with you. I've also included the link to hop on my newsletter if you would love to get more content like this, and in written form as well. Just some of my musings, sharing about my spiritual awakening and evolution journey to help inspire you along the way. So keep flowing and growing. I love you. I will see you in the next video. Bye.